In a world where cars have become an integral part of our lives, we at Z-CarCulture thought it was only right that we come up with the Z-CarCulture Car Awards for 2022. I'm Brian Willis, no relation of Bruce.
I'm Kuzi.
And I am Tino Taylor.
And I am clearly the one with the best intro for their name.
Did you even say hello? You didn't even say hello.
Hello, people.
Oh, never mind.
I think his name is compensating for something, but anyways, it's okay. We can move on.
Anyways, as my co-presenter alluded to, a lot has happened in the automotive industry in the past 12 months. So we just want to take a look back and see where the highlights were, and we want to award those highlights. And we've got various categories for that, which you will see as we go on in the episode. And firstly, we'll start off without wasting any more time with the first category, which is best value for money in terms of used cars. So the nominees we have for you this time around is number 1, the Mazda CX-5. I think that's a strong contender there.
It is.
Definitely. Second one, we have the Honda Fit Hybrid. That's the 3rd generation, or the new shape.
New shape.
New shape.
Even the one before competes though.
Yeah, but we chosen the Gen 3 because it's the most recent, so you're getting more.
It's the most well-rounded.
Yeah, it's more refined. Then the next one, we've got the Toyota Aqua, which has been nibbling onto the Honda Fit's market share for the past few years now. And yeah, definitely a solid contender as well. And the last contender in this category is the Toyota Hilux, which I think is supposed to be, it might actually be the winner because it retains its value very well no matter how old it is. We're mainly focusing on the D4Ds for this category, and I think it's a solid contender as well.
So not the GD6. Your toes are safe.
So who do you think will take this one?
Well, initially I considered the Hilux, because even next year, even the year after that, 5 years from now, it's still going to be pretty good value.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Hilux.
I'll go with the Honda Fit because it's the cheapest to run.
Tiebreaker.
I thought you were going to choose the Hilux since you've got some past experiences with
Trauma.
No.
But I think I'll go with the Fit because I feel like it's a good all-rounder.
It fits the bill.
And if you're going for efficiency, going for the hybrid model will actually increase that efficiency a little bit more. So yeah, I think that's it, right? That's the winner.
Okay.
Is that the actual winner?
Yay! That was very anticlimactic, but anyways.
Okay, we can move
You
on.
can play some triumphant music editor. Yeah! So we move on to our next segment, and we've got best value for money, new car. First, we've got the Haval Jolion, which I think is a very, very strong contender.
Not as strong as the next one.
Oh, you're right. Next one is the GWM P series. The
That
P
is,
stands for
Power.
performance. Performance.
yeah. You guys didn't do your homework.
Power.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right,
It actually stands for poor.
Poor.
But then, like, it doesn't translate well in other countries, so just P series was the safest. The actual huge badge, the Google iconic thingy, is actually a P.
Pushing P.
Suppose.
Okay, what's the next one?
Suzuki Jimny,
Ooh. Yeah,
which
that's-
isn't as popular as I would think it would be in Zim.
Yeah, it's not. I think maybe
Popular
it's,
everywhere else, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, especially in SA.
Maybe it's the price or exposure.
But,
What
or
do you
maybe
think?
people just don't get it because the Jimny is supposed to be like this bare knuckle little
It's like a scaled down G-Wagon
exactly,
or
and it can
Defender.
yeah,
or
but it can
Land
do the
Cruiser.
same things minus the frills. So it's just a basic 4x4.
Or maybe it's because it comes with 2 doors.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
So
Maybe.
their 4-door version coming?
Yeah, it's not yet here.
And
so-
they've always been saying it's coming, but
They
it's
shouldn't bring it, it'll ruin it.
yeah, because now it's competing with like the Wrangler sort of territory, and it's not really that. Anyways, Next contender, the final one, is again the Toyota Hilux. Yay!
So creative, eh?
Yeah, out of all the cars, you can't beat Hilux. But I think it's well deserving as well, because when you're buying those cars new, again, it retains its value so well that if you sell it even after 5 years, you're getting most, if not all, your money back. Given how crazy the market is.
It does so many things so well. Like, maybe not to the highest standard, but it's like a jack of all trades and master of none.
Yeah, pretty much. So out of these cars, who are we giving it to?
We're giving it to the P series.
Pushing P.
Yes,
Pushing
that
P.
one.
I say the P series as well.
So I think it's a
Mainly
landslide
because of the
victory.
landslide.
warranty on the car.
But
the
it goes,
price.
yeah, and it goes beyond that. Like what you're saying, price. You're getting a lot, and for like a high end, like fully spec'd out P series,
Mhm.
it's almost about the same price as a mid spec Hilux,
Hilux,
and
yeah.
you're getting a lot more than the Hilux. I mean, it's
And
more
it feels
comfortable.
360
more
camera.
than it feels actually comfortable. It feels more like a car than the Hilux
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think P series is well deserved.
HBA, that's your guy, not me.
Good luck finding me. Poor. Poor.
Right. Next we have release of the year. Now this is a car that came out this year, and it brought something to the table that we as Z-CarCulture found to be something worth honoring and something worth giving credit to. And the nominees
Mhm.
for this segment, we've got the Corvette C8
Ooh.
Z06. Now that's just for those in the know, the Z06 takes things to the next level. It's one step below the ZR1. Is it the ZR or the ZL?
Is it Z?
Anyways,
I don't know.
but anyways, yeah, that.
Yeah, it is one step. It's traditionally it's always been like one step below because the ZR1 gets like the supercharger. And,
Yeah.
You know,
So
yeah.
this now, the reason why we like this one is it's now more of that poor man's Ferrari in terms of the ethos. It's now, since it's mid-engined, it kind of competes at the same level, and we really, really like that. We're looking forward to how it performs as time goes on. Hope we get one soon.
Fingers crossed. Eh?
Yeah, keep them and your toes too, unless you haven't chopped them off for GD6.
Ooh.
Keep them. Next, we've got the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Now, Porsches are always going to be winning a lot of awards because they're just that good.
The engineering is fantastic.
Woo!
Yeah.
If you've got the money, then you definitely need to be going for some sort of Porsche. If you're a Mbinga, I don't know what, maybe you might go for a Ferrari, but...
That flat
Yeah.
six purring just behind you.
Screaming.
and then next we've got the new Range Rover. So all you Mbingas out there, if you're not going for Porsche, I guess it's the business as usual.
If you don't have
Range
the new
Rover.
Range Rover, you're not on Binga.
Especially by now, because you know there are already guys with them, so you're slacking. Do better.
Slacking. Big time.
Yeah, I think it's the only car here. I don't know. Is it the only car here that's actually available locally?
Well,
I'm
not
not
locally,
sure,
but I think it's the only one we've actually seen in person,
In person,
already.
yeah.
So
Already.
that says something about it. And then lastly, we've got the new 2024 Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Now that one, I can't wait to see how that does in terms of performance. And generally, that car has just been, it's like performance for cheap in quotes, but
Yep.
then it's still something worth getting giddy over when you see one. We've seen a lot here in Zim, the previous gen, or
The
that
previous
going
gen,
on
yeah.
now. And every time we see one, so long as it's not the 4-cylinder one,
Mhm.
yeah, we're quite happy.
My guess is it's going to be the same with the previous generations, where it's like small incremental steps towards like more refinement and features and performance. So I think it's going to be good. I'm expecting good things.
So you think it's gonna win?
I'm
Nah,
going for the Porsche.
my pick is the Z06. Like you said, it's a poor man's Ferrari, and I think it's the first time where GM has actually gone. It's gone for the jugular in
Yep.
terms of competing with the Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-engine,
Yeah.
flat plane V8,
Mm-hmm.
cheaper than most of them.
Yeah.
So I think the Z06 wins.
Brian?
Porsche.
Oh,
I'm for the
yes, it's
Porsche.
Porsche, not Porsche.
Porsche. A Porsche. A Porsche.
Porsche.
I'm gonna agree with Kuzi. I think the 06. The reason why it's been highly anticipated is because it does something. I
Mhm.
mean, it evokes some emotion that you just don't get from other more expensive supercars. So it's interesting to see how this one does.
In other words, it's just noisy.
Yes. Anyways, moving on. Next, we move on to Brand of the Year. Now, this is an award we're giving to a manufacturer that has been doing quite a lot in this last 12 months. And there are a few companies that have been doing that, actually. And these are the nominees. First, we have the Toyota. The Toyota, or just Toyota.
Toyota.
So,
They're doing a lot. I mean, you've got the GR Corolla that came out recently.
You've got the. Is it a Corolla Cross? But the Cross is from last year, but still.
so many came
Oh,
out.
so
a
many,
lot.
so many
Crown.
things. You've got the 300. or the-
300.
Is it the Lex? Oh, it's a different brand. But anyway,
But
still it's a Toyota. The Lexus. But anyways.
Next, we've got the GWM,
Mhm.
which I think is a solid competitor. I think we're just gonna put GWM and Haval in the same sort of space,
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
kind of are,
True.
Mhm.
and they've been doing a lot in shaking up the industry.
They are.
Ruffling a lot of feathers.
And next we have Ford. Now, you might be thinking, Ford, why Ford? But if you think about it, Ford has been doing a lot. Because
They've
think
done
of
so
the,
much.
the aforementioned Mustang,
Mustang,
the
Raptor,
Bronco,
The new Ford Ranger T6.2.
the Fiesta,
Yeah.
the Fiesta ST, anything, the Mustang 2024.
Yeah.
What else do you have? I mean, we can keep going. The
It's a
Mach
lot.
E GT.
hmm
There's so much happening with Ford.
And lastly, you've got Genesis. That's all you gotta say.
Which is the
Not
the
for me.
luxury Hyundai.
It's
Yeah.
not for me.
I think it's been doing a lot, and a lot.
In terms of enlarging grills.
Well, not just that, but even like in the EV space as well with the GV60.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite an impressive offering. So, guys, who's gonna take it?
I'm going with Ford. They've done so much, and they're not just doing cars for cars' sake, but the cars that I actually appreciate, which is performance cars, and I mean they just put out so much. So based on their work rate, their output, I'm going with Ford.
I'll go with GWM simply because they're giving us, that higher up value in terms of like the cars are cheaper, but you're getting the same kind of like interiors and performance from well-established brands.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Ford as well. I think Ford is just
Bang bang.
it's
bang,
just been
bang.
on another level. It's been on a hot streak this year, and I hope they continue to do that in the following 12 months.
How much is Ford paying?
Enough. Next, we've got Collaborator of the Year. Now, this one is a bit more personal to us because since we started this channel, we've been trying to get a lot of collaborators to join us and to assist us by providing cars and other things we may need to make all of this possible for you. And this year has been quite special to us because we managed to link up with quite prominent collaborators that have helped us in more ways than we could ever imagine. So one of our collaborators that we need to give shout outs to right now is Cruise Auto City. That's the first one. Cruise Auto City, if you've noticed from the previous videos we've done before, they are the ones that provided us with a lot of cars actually. I mean, you can think of the Fortuner that we used to help redeem Brian from the HBA community. We've got the Honda
Aqua.
Fits.
We've got what else?
What else?
The CX-5.
Honda Fit.
We also got the X-Trail Hybrid.
Yep.
It's a lot. So yeah, big shout out to him. And next we've got Zimoko. Comes in a close second because they are the only guys that came through for us when it comes to getting new cars to review, which is always a challenge in Zimbabwe because a lot of dealerships don't actually have demo cars for us to use. But they came through with us and we managed to get the GWM, the Jolion.
And there's more to come.
Yeah,
We
and
even
there's-
got a test drive in the Stelvio.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, that was really fun.
And we forgot to record.
And I forgot to record that. But there's a lot more that we're still doing with them, so big shout out to them too. Next we've got Best Way Motors. They also came through for us in a big way because if you watched our head-to-head videos, both Mercedes videos, we got the cars from there, and he came through last minute. I mean, on the day we were just like, yo, looking for cars to record, and it's like, pick what you want. And we're like, oh, really?
Mhm,
And we just-
exactly. I was so surprised.
yeah, and we
But yeah,
just took advantage of
good
that.
guy.
So big shout out to him. And then lastly, we have One Smart Auto Trader. Now he's another guy that came through for us when it comes to the Honda Fit
Yes.
hybrid video we shot. That was back in a few months ago actually.
Yeah, a few months back.
But yeah, we definitely have more things to come with him, and big shout out to him too. So, as you can see, it was a bit hard to pick a winner from all these guys because they did so much for us.
They all showed love, man.
They all showed immense love.
So they're all winners in our book.
But we have a winner of the winners.
Yes.
And that winner goes to Cruise Auto City.
Yes. I think it's well deserved. Cruz came through on most
Definitely.
occasions, even on days when we had when other people flaked. He was still there.
You always had a
You
car
always
for
had a car
us.
for
So
The people who flaked are not on the list, by the way.
yeah, no.
Definitely not.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be on the list in the first place.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Guilty Pleasure Award. Now, don't worry, this is still a family show. Don't click away just yet. This is an award we're giving to a car or anything car related that we enjoyed, but a little bit guilty of. Like we're not supposed to really enjoy it. And the first nominee is the Hummer EV.
Ooh. Okay.
I like it personally because I feel like it's an EV, and I'm not really onto EVs just yet, but it does it in the most Hummer way possible. I mean,
It's
big,
brash.
it's obnoxious, it's still
Rubbish
loud
range.
even though it's an EV. It's just, I don't know how it
Yeah,
does
it just announces its
credit
presence.
to it.
Yeah.
Credit
Got a rubbish range.
Exactly.
And then on the, it's not an opposite side, but then it's somehow related. We've got the Mammoth 1000.
Woof.
So take an ordinary Dodge TRX, I mean ordinary in quotes.
Ordinary. It's already like something that's so obscene. It's
Yeah.
loud. It's wasteful. It takes up
Extra
so
in
much
every
space.
possible way.
You
It's like
take-
got testosterone just falling out of every
Just dripping.
orifice. It's just like
So just take that, send it to Hennessy, and they tune it to 1,000 horsepower.
just comes back on. It's already like it looks like it's on steroids, but Hennessy just does. He just sprinkles that extra.
No, it's now on steroids and Hennessy.
It's on Henny.
It's on Henny.
But anyways,
Next we've got the Aston Martin, more specifically the Valkyrie. Now the Valkyrie is a rare supercar slash hypercar, and we've been seeing a lot of these lately where, 50 of them are made and they're all sold out, and
Yeah,
each
and-
one is going for like £10 million or dollars, whatever.
and actually from seeing the videos of the launch, it's not technically it's road legal, but it's like a race car, and it's even
Yeah.
up above other race cars. It doesn't meet the requirements. It's overkill even for race cars, and it barely qualifies as a road car. So it's like, I don't know, where does it fit? Where does it
Exactly.
belong?
Exactly.
But still, you just feel that fizz on the inside. You're like,
And the reason why as well we like it is because they could have easily gone the hypercar EV route where, it's just a really, really fast EV.
But they
But this
didn't.
one actually has a V12 which sounds magnificent. And that's why we like it. Even though we're not supposed to.
I don't.
Because we'll never get to drive one.
yeah, he was quiet the whole time.
I
He
don't
doesn't
like
like it.
I don't like
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure, Brian?
the BMW M4 grill.
Why?
Jesus
You're like the
Christ.
only person. The only person I think in the world. Why?
This guy.
And you actually put it there on the list. I was like, why is there M4 Grill there on
Guys,
the list?
there's just something about BMW that I love. And
Marmite.
that is, they are so good
Marmite.
I don't get it.
they're so good at giving you 3 fingers and asking you to pick a finger when it comes to their design. They don't care. And whether you like their designs or not, you will still love the car regardless.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I
what
don't
I
know.
loved about that grill was, okay, the first time I saw it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "Eesh, Beamer, what are you, did you collaborate with Bugs Bunny here or what?" But after I saw that grill blacked out, it grew on me.
Ah, come on. I mean, the only reason why you liked it when it was blacked out is because you couldn't see it anymore. But anyways.
Again with the black jokes.
You see, that's on you.
That's
We weren't
on
even
you.
going there.
Talk
But
about
anyways, we need to announce a winner here, and we voted, we deliberated, and the winner is the Hummer EV.
I'm not sure the winner here should be proud of winning. But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, no, credit where credit is due, because if you're able to convince someone, especially us who are not really onto the EV game just yet, to buy a Hammer, I mean, we actually appreciate it for what
I
it
actually
is.
did like that. It was quite ridiculous, but
Yeah.
you know, somehow
in
Gotta
some
appreciate
kind of a
it.
nice way.
Yeah.
It was
Kind
ni-
of
yeah,
a nice way.
yeah, yeah.
Like you can't really place it like what's there, but you appreciate it. Like
It's like a dog. The uglier dog is, the cuter it is. Like it's weird.
Yeah, like those puzzles.
No, like the uglier dog is, the cuter the dog is. Like for
Okay,
real, for
okay.
real.
Moving on. Moving
Before
on.
this gets weird.
And on that cringe-worthy note, we move on to the Cringe Award, actually. I'm not joking. It's actually the Cringe Award. We're giving it to a car or whatever it is, model, make, of a car or service or anything like that that is just like, why?
You're just like, what the?
Why does it exist? Why is it a thing? And on that BMW note, first nominee is the BMW,
BMW XM.
XM. And if you don't know what it looks like, here's a picture.
Okay, I'm a BMW fan, staunch fan, but
Oh,
yeah.
What is this?
Yeah,
What are we
I was
looking
like,
at?
nah, Beamer, now you're testing my patience. I mean,
What-
yeah, I love the M4 and everything, but, and to make matters worse, they lit it up, dude.
guess what? Guess what? This is BMW. Pick a finger.
It's actually 3 fingers, not 4.
I don't know.
3.
You
And you're
pick one.
supposed to say, read in between the lines.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Anyways, sticking on to BMW still,
Man, Beamer, as your
this
fanboy.
year BMW
Oh,
introduced
God.
a very controversial subscription service where you had to pay for a service but for a part that's already inbuilt in your car that you've already paid for. For example, the heated seats, for example.
Yeah.
They're already there, it's already embedded in there. They built it
The
in
machinery is in there.
there. Is in there.
Yeah.
But you have to pay to use that feature.
On a,
Um,
or not? Is
On
it like a monthly
or
basis?
yearly
or-
basis or something like that.
It's like on a monthly. But it's like, why am I paying for the service when the part is already there in the car?
I mean, in Zim. So how do you pay that in Zim? Do, you,
In
is
Zim-
it, do they have
it's-
eco cash or
no.
is
Hey,
it RTGS?
if you can afford that car, you can figure out a way to do it.
Okay.
That
That's a
subscription
job
thing
breaker.
got so bad that you had to wait 10 minutes watching an advert before you could start the car. I'm joking. It's not that bad.
Next is actually a new car, or yeah, a newly released car.
The Ferrari Pringle.
Pringwing.
Let me try and pronounce it properly.
Pro sandwich.
Per Sangwe. That's my bit.
Pro-
Basically, it's the
pro-
new
Pro
Ferrari
sandwich.
SUV, but they're not calling it an SUV. They're calling it a sports
Something SAV or
activity
something.
vehicle.
It's still
It's activity
tasteless.
vehicle or some
Tasteless
nonsense.
for tasteless people. I think this is the one I had the most gripes with
Mm.
because for years Ferrari was like so
Adamant.
resistant. Like
No.
we will never build an. Well, okay, that's not the accent, but still they were like we'll never build an SUV. And guess what? We're
Here
here
it
now. So
And that thing is terrible looking. I don't know about if its performance, but
and it's so weird
It
to have
looks
something that looks so awkward, and you have that V12 sound coming through where it's like
Yeah.
sporty, but you look at it and you're like.
maybe they decided to copy the Lamborghini Urus, but Lambo kind of like did it right in some sense.
Dude, the Urus does not look.
It's
does not
better
look
than
right.
the Pringle.
No, but that's
It's
like
better looking
comparing
than the
two-
Pringle.
Okay, moving on. That's a debate for another day. Our final nominee is the 4-cylinder engines that are now pretty much across the Mercedes C-Class lineup to the point
This-
where even the highest performance AMG variant is a 4-cylinder.
It's a 4-cylinder. For all you guys who used to enjoy the vroom pa of the AMG V8.
Not anymore. Now
It's-
you're stuck
it's
with
gone.
the
You still have the performance though.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it
but
was
it's
never
different.
really just the performance. with
I'm
the
not really
AMGs.
phased by this, man. As long as I'm
You're a
getting the number.
BMW fanboy. You don't have any rights to be speaking on this.
Exactly.
So just leave it. Let the two
It's
qualified
more.
people.
It's more than just the performance. It was just the
The vroompa,
exactly the
Mm.
character,
the
just
noise pollution,
Or even like in the middle.
I wouldn't call it pollution though.
noise pollution.
Okay, but still, even in the middle of the range models like the C, let's say 250s,
And
the 300s,
300s.
they're all gone. Like all of it.
No more V6s. or anything
Smaller
like that.
engines,
It's just-
better performance, lighter car. Less
It
fuel
takes away
used.
from the drama.
We're
and
taking care of
everything.
the environment. Yay! This should not be on the list.
Anyways, who's taking it? Who's the most egregious?
I have to agree. It's BMW.
You have to be more
That-
specific.
that-
There are two BMW nominees. Pick one.
That subscription model. That's some nonsense. Nah, I'm a fan, but that's
I think we can all agree
that's
is
rubbish.
that I think the winner is
We
the subscription service.
never wanna
I
hear
feel
about
that's
that.
just no. I know you're trying to make money, but no. Stop it.
What's
Stop
next?
it now.
Pay a fee to use your headlights.
Hey, imagine if your subscription for the transmission runs out in the middle of the road.
Or even like you can even they could even make it worse by making you subscribe for using your car that you bought,
Yeah,
like the whole car.
Yeah.
Like, you just subscribe to using it. So yeah, I think
Nah, Beamer
Yeah.
takes that one.
Yeah.
That's a landslide victory.
Right, next we've got the trend of the year, or as I like to call trendiest trend of the year. So basically, these are the trends in the automotive industry that we've seen to be quite prominent in this last year. And it's no secret, nor is it a surprise that one of the nominees for this are EVs, because they're pretty much taking over.
Yep. And hybrids.
And which is the next next nominee is and hybrids.
Or to
Oh,
be
yeah,
more
yeah.
specific, hybrids, especially in this country, where
Mhm,
more and
mhm.
more people are now getting accustomed and are now asking
More,
about
yeah.
hybrids. Like,
And then next we've got limited editions. Now this is like one trick manufacturers use to just make more money. Basically you take a normal car and then you just put like fancy stickers on it, put like a fancy color on it, make like a limited number of them,
and
and then just
don't
call
forget
it
the limited sticker.
and the limited
That's-
sticker. And if you so happen to be having an anniversary, better just call it the 50th anniversary or
70th,
the 70th,
100th.
and yeah, just
Even
stick
the
it there.
2-year anniversary.
And then charge a huge markup for it. And a lot of manufacturers have been doing this. Even for cars that actually don't make sense. Like a normal car, like Toyota does that a lot, right?
Yes, the Dakar.
If I, okay, tell me, Kodzi, since you work with Toyotas a lot, what's the difference between a normal Hilux and a Dakar? Explain.
Dakar. So that part, the last part, just says Dakar.
So it's just the sticker.
It's the sticker.
Really?
They have the adventure,
Mm.
and guess what?
Mm.
It's just the sticker.
Wow.
They have a pre-runner, and guess what? No, this one's different.
Is it?
2 stickers. But yeah, basically, they're the biggest perpetrator locally.
Makes sense.
He's gonna lose his job after this.
Please don't say that. I need that job.
Then the last nominee, which is also a local thing that we're experiencing, are the supercar owners or the mbingas of the Harare and the metropolitan areas who come to car events like burnouts, and they're not really partaking
In their Ferraris.
in the burnouts, even though their cars are capable, but they're just parking there. And what we've noticed now is people are now going to those events just to see those cars and not really the event. And we've noticed that it's now like more of a common thing than ever now.
And they can't afford to burn out the tires.
Yeah, because how much would you pay for a tire for those cars? Ish, I can only imagine. I do.
Okay. Now said.
Makes sense.
So who's the winner?
I think it's them.
The Mbingas at
Them
Bernards.
bingas, yes. If you're gonna be at the burnouts, then
So
burn
what?
out. You need to burn
So
out.
what? You have a problem
Hey,
with people
you
just
need to
showing
burn
up?
out. Burn out your burnouts.
No, look, I don't blame those Mbingas. Those cars are not insured anyway.
Oof.
We don't know that.
Okay, too much violence in this one
You
segment.
don't know that.
Hey, I'm just hating, man. I also want a Ferrari.
At least you're being honest.
And
I
it will be
appreciate
insured.
Yeah, okay. If it's not, we'll know. We'll come back to this.
Cool.
Next, we've got EV of the year.
Electric vehicle of the year.
Now, yes, in
For
case you
some
didn't
reason,
know,
some people still don't know what EV stands for.
stands for electric. Say it with me. Electric vehicle
E?
of the year.
Le?
Although we're recording this right now and there's no Z-CarCulture, so I don't know how we plug it in before 20 ends.
Let's
But
get a
anyways,
move on. No one cares
we
about EVs.
digress.
Most of them work with average cell phone charges.
How to be serious. Anyways, first up we've watched the Rimac Navara. Now this car, I don't even know if you can call it a hypercar or a supercar, but it's just mental. This car is just so fast, and it's an electric vehicle, which you already know are fast in general, but this one is just, it spanks SF90s, it spanks pretty much anything that has a traditional ICE inside. And I think that's why we're putting it there, because I feel like it's just on another level of fast, and I don't think it's anything that should be legal.
I don't think it should be on this list, because as much as it's an EV, it's everything that an EV is not supposed to be.
Guys,
What is it not
In
supposed
terms
to be?
no one cares about EVs. Let's just
Ah,
move
you
on.
shut up, you don't like EVs. But next we have a more reasonable Genesis GV90. Now again, we've mentioned Genesis before in this episode, and it's for good reason. It's a brand that is fairly new, but they've been disrupting the industry for quite a while now.
It's under
And
Hyundai.
now it's trying to capitalize on the growing EV market, and their latest offering, the GV60, is something that is definitely worth paying attention to. Next, we've got the Riv. Now, this one is my favorite. Above all, I'm not really an EV person, but this one, I feel like they've taken it to another level.
No one cares.
Shut up.
I do.
Shut up. Both of you shut up, because you don't understand.
No, but I love it too.
I don't care.
It's also my favorite.
I don't care. You don't like it as much as I do. The Rivian R1T. Now, this is a truck that came out quite a while back. I actually thought that it came out last year. But anyways, this truck takes EVs to another level, because a truck is not supposed to work as an EV generally, but they actually made it work. And they actually were a bit clever, especially when it comes to storage. Because not only do you have a front, which is the front boot, you've got the loading bay in the back, which is the traditional one, but you also have like this tunnel, the storage tunnel in the middle, like between the back seats.
So it's
and
got
the,
a hole in the middle.
Yes, it's got a hole in the middle.
No wonder you love it so much.
Anyways, you can option this hole with different things. You can actually spec it out with a stove, with a gas stove, or you can spec it out with like a place to store your rifles and other things. You can be creative with it, which is quite fascinating, and that's why it's on the list.
Nah, jokes aside, that's actually a very, very good EV. I loved it.
Because you can be creative with a hole in the middle.
Moving on to our last nominee, we've got the GMC Hummer EV, which we've mentioned before in this episode, but I feel like it deserves a mention as well, because it also takes the EV thing to a different level. It's got this feature called the crab. What's called the crab control? Whatever
Crab
it is.
walk.
Crab walk, where it can lock up the rear tires in relation to the front, so it can actually like crawl like.
And like if you're stuck
Like
in
a crab.
sand or something like that, so it just does this vibration thing.
Or when you're in Compton, it's more like a cripple.
I don't even know why this thing is on the list and not something like Ionic.
Why? What's up with that?
Better design, better range, it's a better car.
But is it your winner though?
It's not on the list.
Exactly. That's why we need to move on. Just
I
finish
thought the
the
winner was
segment.
obvious. It's
Was
the
it?
Rivian.
Nah, the Rivian definitely.
It's the
takes it,
Rivian.
yeah.
Thank you. Next segment, please.
Right, moving on to the next segment, we've got the Automotive YouTube channel of the year. Now, this one is exciting for us because these are the channels that we frequent quite a lot in terms of getting our car itch out of the way. And I feel like these nominees are not enough. We could have made like a whole 10 list or 20 list.
Because we watch so many of them.
A lot. But we boiled them down to just 4. And first on the list, and I think it's one of the most obvious ones, is Throttle House. And if Thomas or James is watching,
We love you guys! What's up, man? What's up? Hey!
what's up, man? Let's
What's
go
cool,
collab.
man?
Come
Let's
to
go
Africa.
collab.
We'll show you Africa.
We'll show
I mean,
you
if you
all
think
the
they're like
cars.
zebras and lions walking around, hey, we can make that happen for you. Don't worry. Just pull up and hey, we'll make it happen. We'll make that collab, man. Yeah.
That Rivian of yours must be so jealous right now. Anyway, next.
Next, we've got Haggerty. And more specifically, the one that's hosted by Jason Kamisa. Now, if you haven't watched any of these episodes, please go and check it out. Because the cinematography alone, it's like watching a movie. It's
And I mean, that guy is
Wow.
so
The
into
way
the
they
subject
go.
matter. He's
Ah.
such a nerd.
He's such a geek.
So you get everything. Like you get, if you're a car enthusiast, you get to know more about the cars, and you're entertained whilst you're doing it.
Picture Sheldon Cooper doing a car show.
with the budget behind it.
With a huge budget.
With a
behind it. Like
huge
huge.
budget.
I mean, the special effects there.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, we've got Cars.coza, which I think is quite helpful for us as Z-CarCulture because they review a lot of the vehicles that we see here in Zimbabwe.
Because
on
South
our
Africa
roads.
is right next door.
Yeah, it's like literally.
I mean, it's so relatable, right? The channel. Because
Definitely.
most of the cars, even like older models that used to be only like for the southern region only, they're similar. They're similar. So you actually get to see like old E30s,
Yeah.
or Polka Dits.
Exactly.
Like,
They have a
yeah,
nice balance
nice
of new
balance,
cars and older cars, but that have been tuned and worked on, and they're just wow. You need to go check them out if you haven't. Definitely. And then last on the list, we've got Hoonigan. Now, if you don't know what Hoonigan is, I mean, whew, they do things quite different because they also have like different content types. They do. I mean, they do the drag races. That's one of their most.
This versus that.
This was and then they've
Yeah.
got the Gymkhana, which is like, how do you describe Gymkhana? It's like
It's crazy.
It's like if
Just Google Gymkhana Ken Block. Or
yeah,
something.
and then watch the video.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
just watch the videos.
woo!
it's
a-
what Fast and Furious wishes it could
They
be
could
in real
be
life.
In real life.
Without the
Definitely.
spaceships.
So, winner. I think this one is obvious.
Trotters.
Is
Trotters,
Trotters.
yes.
Okay.
They have to win because they've cameoed on almost all the major channels. They do so much
We
in
need
terms
to
of.
cameo on ours. Hey, man. Oh, we cameo on
And the
theirs.
two of you
know what
are
I'm saying?
absolute fanboys.
We just
I
have
am,
to.
I
Come
am,
on. Thomas,
I am.
James, come on. I follow you guys and then I like all your photos and everything you're posting. Even the personal ones that are pretty much boring, but I still like them.
Contain yourself, please, for the sake of the list.
Please. Just one shout out. Even just say to just
You
once.
got a
and-
little something over just right there.
Moving on. Anyways, moving on to the final award, and it's by far the most important and the most controversial because it can go a million different ways, and everyone has their own opinion as to who will win. I mean, even amongst us, we had to settle some of these arguments the only way men know how. One of these. But anyways,
So-
here are the nominees for Car of the Year. More specifically, Z-CarCulture Car
Of the
of
Year.
the Year.
Of the year.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
By the way, his
So-
long rant was just a way of saying whatever car we choose, we don't care what you think.
Exactly. It's our picks and our picks alone. If you don't like it, it's your own problem. First on the list, we've got the Ford Bronco. Woo! Ford Bronco. I mean, it does everything that a Wrangler can do, that a Defender can do, that a G-Wagon can do. I mean, woo!
That
And
a
out of
Ferrari-
all those,
that a Ferrari
Because
Pringo can do.
it's the way they designed it. I mean, it could have easily flopped because this is a re-emergence of a brand that was once dormant for many years. So
And
they bring
it's-
it back, and it's quite iconic. Not because of the what was that guy who supposedly
Oh, you mean the guy with the glove?
that guy.
The one,
Well-
the one who gave us the Kardashians.
Yeah, that guy.
Man, screw that guy. But the car
Boo
is
that
still
man!
amazing.
Boo him!
The car is still amazing, though.
The car is amazing though, especially off-road. And definitely check out the reviews. I mean, a lot of the car reviewers have a lot of great things to say, and it's for good reason. So it's definitely a contender for our list of car of the
It
year.
is.
And then next on the list, we've got the Genesis G90. Woo! I feel like the Genesis G90 is a car that is something that Lexus, the original Lexus LS400 was, in the sense that it's pretty much a bargain Mercedes. And what we mean by that, it's a luxury car.
He's laughing.
Why are you laughing? I mean, it's actually a good thing because it's a luxury car that you can buy for like much less than
Statements like
Mercedes.
bargain Mercedes, it's just the same as poor man's Ferrari. I mean, come on.
But what's wrong with that? Like,
Isn't
it's
it
got
wrong
so
with
much
that?
appeal.
Yeah, and it's not taking away from what it is because it's got the same level, if or similar levels of quality, of luxury, and even of rareness. Because have you ever seen a Genesis? But a Mercedes, everyone has a Mercedes now.
I mean,
everyone.
it's doing the same thing that GWM is doing
Yeah,
with the
it's
P series.
disrupting the
It's
market.
disrupting. It's in a good way, not like
Pissing off
Elon,
the
but
Toyotas.
Moving on to the
As
next
in-
one, we've got the Ford GT 500.
500.
500.
500.
Yeah.
This one definitely deserves it because
It's
mean-
just bonkers, crazy performance.
it's the pinnacle of Mustang.
Yeah, and it's like it's no longer with like with the previous generations where it's like agricultural. It's got
Mhm.
like a live axle in the back. It's
Quite
got like
sophisticated.
it's got the interior from like a rental car. This one is actually a nice Mustang.
Mhm.
It handles great. It's got a great transmission. It's a double clutch.
Beautiful
mean,
personality.
So much power. It
Oh,
just
the
feels
power.
like it feels like it's the car for me. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like this.
And then our last contender is the Toyota GR Corolla. Now, when you think Corolla, you might think, just one of those runabouts.
GR. Gazoo
This
Racing.
is the GR, and it takes things to another level because what?
Okay.
A lot of people just see this GR badge. It's pretty much, you know how Mercedes has AMG and BMW has an M. Toyota has GR,
GR.
which
and,
stands for Gazoo Racing.
and pretty much this Corolla has four-wheel drive. It's got
Mhm.
the most powerful 3-cylinder engine in the world.
Yep.
Right? It's got it looks amazing. It's different from the base model because it's a bit wider. It's got I think it's interesting in the sense that it has vents and crazy wings, and
And it's got three exhausts
Three
at the back,
exhausts
one in
and
the middle.
they even have like a special model, like edition, sorry.
the MR.
The MR. Is it MR?
Is it MR? I know it's
But-
got M inside.
It's
Where
the
it's got like
Lorenzo, whatever.
Where it's got like a rear seat delete.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a very cool hatchback
And
for the
it's-
time we're living in, where hatchbacks are generally just in a decline.
And if you really wanted one here in Zim, you could actually go and get it.
You could. Yeah, that's true.
What you mean go and get it? As in go get it in Japan.
If you really wanted.
Okay.
So
So,
it's not in Zim.
well, it's different from a Bronco because if you want a Bronco, you gotta be, comfortable driving on the left hand side.
They're not making any right-handed ones?
No.
Not yet.
Sheesh. America, come on.
America.
Okay. Let's move on to the next.
So who is the winner between these four? We've got the Ford Bronco,
Mhm.
we've got the Genesis G90.
How is something between four things?
So what is it?
Amongst.
Let it go.
Sha.
let it go.
How'd you say?
Sha.
Who's the winner between these
Like
Sha.
like you said, English is it's a fourth language.
That's like saying,
and
hey,
he only speaks two.
that's like saying, hey, you three boys, both of you, follow me, I'm right behind you.
It's okay. Let's just pick the winner. I think.
Just pick the winner.
And who is the winner? What do you say?
Like if you
I'll
couldn't
say the
tell.
Toyota.
No, if you couldn't tell from when you're going through the list, I'm obviously for the Ford, the GT500. So yeah, that's my choice.
I'm for a different kind of Ford, the Bronco. Brian?
You'd go for anything that's not Toyota, wouldn't you? I mean, HBA.
Are you trying to get me fired?
This is your guy. Anyway,
Just let it go.
I'd say Toyota.
So to
Me.
save your job, you should just say Toyota as well. But I don't know why you're going against
I don't
your own
get paid
employers.
Anyways, so clearly we have a problem here.
So we had to vote on this, and we had to make sure we got it right. And the winner here, I have it written down here, and it is, drum roll please. Why aren't you doing the drrrr? Anyways, it's the Ford Bronco. Yeah!
Come on,
I
this
knew you
is so.
could do it.
This is rigged.
I knew you
evidence.
could do it first.
The one he picked is the one
He's
that
the
won.
one who voted, not us.
Anyways,
Ah.
voted. Come on.
we'll
come
just
on.
let it go. We'll just let it go as mature adults.
Definitely. But that's all this, guys. I mean, this was fun to make, although there are a lot of fighting involved and some teeth missing. But anyways, that's our show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was an incredible episode and an incredible year because we got to do so much things we never thought we could, but through your support and through our many collaborators and soon to be sponsors, hopefully. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can take this to the next level. We're definitely looking forward to the next year. We've got lots of things lined up, a lot of unique things that you've never seen before from a Zimbabwean YouTube channel, But look out for us very soon. I mean, we're coming with some very, very exciting things. But anyway, that's our show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And also follow Car Crazy Africa. We've got a website there where you can check out some incredible articles written by myself and Kudzi and Brian Willis. So be sure to check that out.